crew type shit. I got a bad bitch at home, voodoo type shit. Take down Megan Stallions by the group type shit. That's some thick shit, I just thought you knew type shit. I just tricked off, I don't just usually do type shit. Pockets wrapped up, all blue type shit. Bunch of rich niggas, hoes get confused type shit. Atlanta nigga, live like Ted Turner type shit. On camera, bro, knock her jaws loose type shit. I cancel her, kicked her out of school type shit. A silent hitter, I just keep cool with you bitches. A solid nigga, count dog food type shit. Moving through the city with your boo type shit. She ready to suck it up like soup type shit. You going against the guys and you gon' lose type shit. Pray to God they knock you out your shoes type shit.
Pop it right about the blue type shit. Put the double O in the moon. Serotonin, that's a cool type mix. Oxycontin mixed with the blues. Used to land up feeling like a zoo type mix. Shawty, stripping, taking shrooms. Getting all the perks on some food type shit. Shawty make you work 9 to 5 type shit.
This shit crazy, we ain't even kissing. Put some shit on my shit was amazing, walking the Lord's magic, flick of the wrist. Parking the chop right next to the driver, you can't even picture the shit. I gotta take it, flick the shit. I know my energy sick of the shit. I put a bitch on a bitch. Wake in the morning, I look in the mirror, it's crazy, I'm really rich. Feeding my children and making my million, I'm really as real as it gets. Popping on release shit. I had to go with a 10 on that shit, on the switch on that shit, on we been on that shit. You know my niggas be sending that shit with me.
好了，现场的球迷朋友，比赛的开场将于30分钟之后正式开始喽！加快大家的脚步，回到座位上，准备好你最热血的呐喊声，延续自己来的热血精神，跟着佛摩萨梦想家一起梦，一起超越无限 ，Go Dreamers！ 好，先请我们的球员暂时停止赛前练习，我们准备要来进行球赛的开场，也麻烦梦想家的兄弟们来帮我们配合一下，谢谢。
get you. I got too much bread to do to talk and get you heat. And I can't tell her everything about me. I'm a pimp. I step out business. She gon' respect my pimp. Yeah, you know I don't care about feelings. You know I care about me. Let's go. You know she want me to fuck for free. She don't even let y'all niggas. I tell her, you niggas there to come catch up with me. As soon as they catch y'all niggas. Yeah, pull up and how about that thing on them cross to the side? Yeah, the land on them, look how I drive. I'm in the paint on them, little niggas small. I'm having weight on them, get up and ball. Ain't finna wait on them, man's a dog. She let me spank.
好，先请我们的兄弟们、球员们，我们即将来进行球赛的开场喽。
To my motherfucking name on them, bitch, I'm a dog. I'm in the cage on them, I set it off. Ain't finna play on them, we let it out. Fucking lay on them, she wanna go one more time, I'm okay with it. These niggas carry they gun every now and then, I am not one of them, I am gonna stay with it. These niggas test me, I bet you that magazine inside that church and had one of they face in it, bitch, I'm a dog. I see baby posted at the Grammy party with a stick. I got too much bread to do to talk and get you. I got too much bread to do to talk and get you heat. And I can't tell her everything about me. I'm a pimp. I step out business. Yeah, she gon' respect my pimp. You know I don't care about feelings. You know I care about me. You know she want me to fuck for free. She don't even let y'all niggas.
耶！各位现场的朋友们，听到你们的尖叫声 ，Yes sir！ 我是阿奇，欢迎壮壮，欢迎用力兽以及我们的女孩们 Formosa Sexy， 感谢大家持续在周末的时间来到我们彰化的主场，陪伴我们迎接今天的比赛。迎战的对手是新北国王，非常重要的比赛。感谢大家在假日的时间来为我们加油呐喊，一样。 听到你们我无所惧的加油声，把你们的热情拿出来，今天的场地造起来就对了，准备迎接关键的战役。听到你们的声音，梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！非常好，保持住这个情绪，待会跟着壮壮以及女孩们一起迎接。 今天的比赛，同时呢也有 MC Danny 以及 DJ K 跟我们大家一起把现场炒热起来了。感谢各位，希望你们扮演最佳第六人的角色。谢谢壮壮，谢谢女孩，谢谢优尼兽。福尔摩斯梦想家，感谢各位球迷朋友热烈支持，也要谢谢一直来大力支持台湾篮球、支持梦想家的合作伙伴。 首先呢，我们要来介绍一下重要的贵宾，掌声送给秀传医院的杨基杰名誉院长，谢谢院长，来平常资助我们球队、赞助我们球队的一些医疗服务，谢谢您。好，接下来我们要花点时间，谢谢以下的指导单位以及赞助单位。首先谢谢教育部体育署、彰化县政府、台中市政府、台中市政府运动局、中华民国篮球协会。 谢谢大力支持梦想家的赞助伙伴，海硕集团值得您信赖的国际海空运物流公司，心享科技全球货运代理整合性资讯平台 ，EVO6 电动车充电服务补电超轻松 ，Ulia02 亚洲指标球鞋与潮流加一平台，马吉斯轮胎世界10大轮胎公司，源自彰化的台湾之光，奥迪中部和顺利汽车进化有感而生。 联聚建设好还要更好，联聚建设台旭近60年的肉品专家。 提提盐征服法国的台湾面膜，金方家祖传绿豆沙，朝日堂台中聚餐名店日式烧肉锅煮鸳鸯锅，美基农日本百年运动品牌，云城资讯企业 IT 整合战术的好伙伴，火火烧肉贩卖所，你用烧肉定义美味，我用美味定义烧肉。361多一度361热爱曼黛玛莲，最好穿的内衣，天天舒服穿。 风格美学诊所 YCM 全球 AI 科技防霉领导者，多喝水，秀传矿泉水第一领导品牌。谢谢秀传医疗体系引领国际医疗专业。谢谢虎牌槟榔啤酒，再一次把掌声送给以上所有的赞助单位，谢谢你们对我们的支持。持续目光锁定场中，女孩们要来喽 ！Formosa Sexy Let's Go Girl Yeah！
Your name, but you wanna put your name on it. Put your name on it. Come and put your name on it.
It's not even my birthday, but they wanna lick the icing off. I know you want it in the worst way. Can't wait to blow my candles out. He want that cake. Ooh, baby, I like it. You're so excited. Don't try to hide it. I'ma make it my beer. Cake. I know you wanna bite this. It's so enticing. Nothing else like this. I'ma make it my beer.
Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need.
Icy.
My type.
We got London on the
My
track.
type. Rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. Low waist, fat, baby, tap in. DJ Precise, tap in.
I go on and on, can't understand how it lasts so long.
Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them toy flip flops. All you ladies pop, yo, they like this. Shake your body, don't stop.
Drop it.
Tell me right now, who else got an ass like this? Who else throw it back like this? What else make them act like this? What else make them act like this? Yeah, I know you like my booty. Yeah, I know you like my booty.
They need rappers like me.
Alright, thank you girls， 掌声送给 Formosa Sexy。正式欢迎客队新北国王球员进场。新北国王3号陈俊南，7号林书豪，9号李凯燕，10号简佑哲，11号王柏志，19号林金宝，24号洪志善，Number 25 25号 Austin Day 奥地，49号翟正浩。新北国王先发，1号林书伟，6号杨敬敏，17号苏世轩 ，Number 35 Wendy Lewis 35号路易斯 ，55 Kenny Manigo 55号曼尼高。新北国王篮球队总教练 Head Coach Ryan， 助理教练 Assistant Coach Mark， 助理教练林振宇，总经理毛嘉恩。福尔摩沙梦想家秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇聚能量，携手一同并肩作战。我们不怕，持续再战，所有挑战我无所惧。Come on, let's welcome 福尔摩沙 Dreamer。
恐惧来自对未来的不确定。可能会失误，受伤会不能上场，怕自己不够好，怕努力不被看见，怕状况不好，怕输。但这些其实都发生过了，我们才知道这些曾经的恐惧兑现后就不再是恐惧，这些都会变成来自过去的助攻。现在，我们将朝着目标，把这些助攻一球一球投出去。
赛，我无所惧，我们坚持不懈，成为更好的自己，与在座的每一位家人把这场胜利携手拿下。我无所惧，我们可以 Let's go Formosa Dreamer！
Just blaze. Power.
And now number 3， 3号后场指挥官，梦想推进器老吴家驹。Number 7， 7号体能劲爆的活动篮板反手人林耀宗。可切可动的侧翼新血，梦想探花 Number 10 10号丁冠豪。Number 18 18号梦想后场的强力大手，防守顽强杨胜元。Number 蓝的传奇射手美梦狙击手 Number 21 21号道哥Chen好。梦想家最后一道防线26 26号台湾魔兽李德伟。出手就准备命中 ，Number 13 30号3分代名词吴松伟。Number 42 42号来自德州的野兽禁区炸弹9连霸。Number 88 88号禁区铁臂梦想护盾周国成。And now starting 5， 先锋。Number 0 0号梦想家的板凳暴徒陈真宪。Number 28 28号梦想家后场魔术师全能射手卢冠良。来自纽约的全能得分手 Number 5号 Chris Micaro。Number 34 34号来自威斯康星地图防守兵器火锅制造机全能公版。赛德克狙击手表速跑车 Ladies and Gentlemen Number 11 10号林奇基。我马上梦想家总教练 Head Coach 全民 P.LEAGUE 助理教练陈世念、赖柏林，球员发展总监田磊，总经理韩俊凯，双方球员最后的热身时间。
Taipei Kings against the Formosa Dreamers here from the Zanghua County Stadium. The third time they'll be playing each other. in this venue. Of course, we have some pretty big personnel changes on hand, and maybe previously unexpected. As customary, let's take a look at the Plus League standings. After climbing up to first place exclusively since the Lunar New Year's break, the Dreamers fall to 1/2 game behind the Pilots. Last week, thanks to 2 wins at home, the Lioneers have leapfrogged the Kings for 3rd place. The Braves have alternated wins and losses after snapping a 5-game losing streak, was set at 5th. And the Steelers last won a game on the season when they were at home, so they're playing in Kaohsiung Fongshan Stadium tonight. Here's to hoping make a little bit of a run, if at least play spoilers in the end. Proverbially the second home of the Dreamers on the season, having played in Haizhong Intercontinental Basketball Stadium for the last 2 years, but this is their original home at Zhanghua County Stadium. On the Mandarin broadcast, it is Martin Tionghui, and new to me and new to this season, but been on before on the Mandarin broadcast. 张龙轩，球迷朋友们，你找到了官方的英文转播，要听中文讲评，当然就按照中文的转播连接。谢谢大家的收看，记得我们的 Plus E 转播都要帮我们按赞。Just looking at the last game, the Dreamers kind of slept through 3 quarters versus the Lioneers, facing the biggest deficit of 19 points, but a big 4th quarter, make it a close. 1 possession ending, another 98-96 loss in Hsinchu. On the other side, the Kings were locked down by the Braves. Box and 1 defense, ended up losing by 26. A little bit of revenge for Team Blue after the Kings stomped the Braves in Heping back on March 30th by 25 points. Now let's start talking about those personnel things. Previously, because of the part of the season and the timing of the injury, Jeremy Lin has actually never played here in the regular season. He is slated to start this game, having dealt with injury and a suspension to unallowed treatment. We caught up with backup guard Hong Zisan.
作息啊，我觉得其实各队都差不多了。你说2点半的比赛，只是说进入状况的快慢。因为其实你说我们练球时间其实也是差不多那个时间的，对，所以要如何去克服这个点，那还有季后赛都在晚上，所以比较不用担心这个问题。我觉得主要是篮板跟防守吧，因为你说快节奏一定是要有篮板跟我们才能打得快嘛。可是我们最近是没有篮板，然后防守也没有很好，就要跟对方比得分，所以我觉得近期最大的问题。练球状况，我觉得哥哥目前状况是越来越好嘛，那就是看上场时间会保护他，然后可能为了季后赛在做准备吧，所以会给他一部分慢慢调整。
Hong Zisan sharing that 230 games, which have not been nice to them statistically, it shouldn't be a problem as all teams practice in the early afternoon, but maybe getting into the rhythm in time for competitive basketball game is a thing, but there won't be any 230 games in the playoffs. And as for the fast rhythm and the big difference in their score, he's saying that their rebounding and defense needs to be at a much higher level. You need rebounds to push the pace, otherwise they're just trying to win shootouts, which finally getting a little bit healthier. And as for Jeremy, saying, see how he feels, they'll try to protect him though. He has not played in quite a while, and even in that middle, only had a 12-game kind of tune-up game. On the other side, it's backup guard Hayden Wu Jiajun asked about the nerve injury he had and the team recent form of the Dreamers.
因为第一次这样，因为神经的部分也是第一次遇到。那其实医生也说，可能是因为长期的坐姿累积的，所以才会导致刚好那条神经被压到这样。那其实就是也是自己造成的这个伤势，对啊。优势应该还是在我们的防守吧，因为其实我们目前的防守还是失分还是全联盟好像最低的，所以那怎么样去保持劣势，可能主要还是在于可能教练设定的进攻跟防守上的策略，可能在一场球可能有1-2节没有执行得好，那可能分数就会被拉开，或者是被追进。对，那其实这个是我们还要再去调整的地方。那再来就是，其实我们球队的轮替的阵容还算蛮多的。那教练其实也一直在尝试一些新的阵容，那看看会有什么化学效应。
Hayden sharing that he was a little bit worried around the Lunar New Year break where he had those nerve injuries. First time, probably just to overuse. But the second question he answered a little bit more insightful by saying that the team is still experimenting with new lineups, new chemistry, but defense being their calling card, they need to maintain that as their strongest asset. And as for the problems recently be facing is saying that there's stretches of an entire quarter or two where they won't execute the game plan as directed by first-time Dreamers head coach Jamie Perlman from Australia. On the other side, Ryan Marchand, last year's Plus League Coach of the Year, joined the Kings as their inaugural head coach 2 years ago. Also interesting on the Dreamer side personnel-wise, a very rare game without Kenny Chen and Randall Walco in there, but personnel-wise, they're also choosing not to bring in Devin Marble, their kind of taller point guard or sometimes swing man. Well, perhaps he's been playing against the Kings quite often, and minus 11 in 3 games played, and as you heard, the rebounding might be something that both teams are considering. Meanwhile, the Kings are leaving out Tony Mitchell, who came back for 1 game on last Saturday against the Braves, 32 minutes played. Not a light load after almost nearly a month off to the ankle injury. But on the English broadcast, our first time getting to get reacquainted with that man on the screen, number 35, Wendell Lewis. He played 20 minutes, 10 points, 2 rebounds in his Kings debut after last year being a member of the Steelers alongside of Jeremy Lin and number 10, Tank. About time to introduce our officials for tonight. From left to right, Ye Junhong, Lai Jianzong, and Yo Haoping. Numbers 16, 5, and 10 on your scorecards if you record referees. Let's get to the starters of the Kings. They'll be wearing this yellow jersey. It'll be Joseph Lin, number 6, Yang Jimmy, number 17, Su Sixuan, Wendell Lewis, and Kenny Manigault. And on the Dreamer side, it is from low number to high number, Chen Zhenjie, Jay Chen, Chris McCullough, number 11, Lin Junji, number 28, Ryan Lu Guanyang, and number 34, Brandy Gilbeck. The Dreamers wearing their forest green Seatown jerseys on a special theme weekend that they've been putting on since the very beginning, though they changed the colors a little bit. It's called the Heixiang Mengxiang Heilü Duikang Sai, or Black versus Green. It used to be white, it used to be different order, and just so happens that the 2 captains of the green team and the black team are out. Kenny for the black team and Randall Walco for the green team. Where they have special events, drawings, and such in the stadium for designated players or designated cheerleaders accomplishing certain things. Go all the way back to year 1, where Yang Jingming and Garrett Hinley were the 2 guys as captains. Back then it was white versus green. So we get started at 2:39 local time. Dreamers starting with possession, classic Spain pick and roll, as McCullough trying to attack with a little bit of space and up fake, and a close shot is missed. Ball will roll out of bounds, and I believe it'll stay with the Dreamers. Number 70, Su Sixuan is manned up on McCullough. He has defended him decently well. Jay Chen from the left corner, that's off. And Jimmy with a rebound. This is his 7th straight start. 2-time Plus League MVP. Did have to sit out for her 15 game with a suspension. So baseline pass as they rotated around. Kenny Manigault at the top of the key arc. Zone board, passing it back, but ball deflected. Kings hanging on with Yang Jimmy to Manigault. Easy block by Gilbeck. There's odd spacing in the backcourt. They get it up. Guanyang will try a 3 off the dribble. Manigault in the painted area, finding an angle, and there's our first points of the game. And a duck around Chris McCullough there. Last housekeeping note about suspensions is for the Kings, Quincy Davis now out for the rest of the season. Baseline pass cut off by the Kings, and they are running ahead with Yang Jimin to Joseph. Left free, he'll give it a shot. Lewis out, worked to the rebound there by Gilbeck. Achi going to the hole. Couldn't finish. We'll have free throws coming up. You see previously very close to a basket interference there on the other side. Achi hanging in there. Almost got it in. Off screen. Not entirely sure what was going on, but Coach Croman communicating with Brandon Gilbeck, who's now getting talked to by Chris McCullough. Maybe something going on. He thought illegal defense or illegal contact. Even had a word with the Kings bench to some of the imports there, and as of right now, no sympathy. The second free throw is made. Lee Ju-jin now averaging 15 points on the season, which is third amongst locals. And number one against locals is Jeremy, 22.1, but due to his most recent absence from games, he will be ineligible for end of season awards and statistical awards. A little bit of a zone look now for the Dreamers. They tried this against the Lioneers. Coach Croman is sharing mostly out of the fact that they had some foul trouble amongst their bigs. Young team on the dribble. A few taps as Achi will push it up ahead. They need to find somebody to match up. It's Kenny Manigault now on the switch. Sushishin or Big Sushi. His English name is James, just like their general manager. On the cross matchup, as it looks like Achi might have lost the handles on it. Kenny Manigault down to Sushishin, but stopped by Gilbeck. Yes. Exotic defense, but Joseph Lin got the steal and the foul from behind as that ball is counted. So 7-2, the early score, as Joe caught Achi napping for a second. So did I. I was looking for something else. Free throw made by Joseph Lin. Leading the Kings, in fact, the whole plus league in assists at 6.8. And work around the Gilbeck screen and chase Achi. Good retreat defense, but pulling up and dropping it in. Ling Junji. Good answer right away. Chen trying to chase Manigault as the through pass to Lewis. Ball getting away though. McCullough is about to push it up ahead. Tricky thing for the Dreamers is this matchup here. Who's going to guard Kenny Manigault? Of course, as mentioned, without Kenny Chen or Randall Walko, they don't have as lengthy moves out there. As this one's dropped in softly, it's Sushishin. Kings now up to a 11-4 lead as McCullough tries to answer. Have done very well this season against the Kings, McCullough. My notes have him at almost 25 points per game. A little fadeaway from Yang Jimmy. That's 5 games played for McCullough, 49% from the field. Young Jimmy's only 2 games against the Dreamers were those 2 home games recently. Trying to work into the painted area. That one's off. So after the rebound, here's the space the Kings really want. How about a crossover? Bouncing the air balls it, but Lewis didn't get caught in the air quite yet. Looking it down low, and the alley missed as James to Lewis, and he will lay it in. So good stick-to-itness for the Kings. And their bench certainly excited about that. Under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. They're still looking to get their shooting going. Move one down short. Go to Manigal. Switching the dribble with Gilbick in front. In some trouble. Pass batted around and off the rim. Chen to McCullough. Up ahead to Ryan. Up ahead to McCullough for the two-handed alley. Good bit of transitional offense by the Dreamers as Joe catching Gilbeck flat-footed and a rebounding foul. A little push in the back as the ball went up. Finally, a chance for the broadcast to catch our breath. It's the Kings with an early lead here on the road. As we have arrived to week 23 of the Plus League regular season.
美金农提供的精美礼物。好，所以等一下我丢4颗，壮壮你丢4颗。
好的，没问题。
好，那么等一下拿到小球的梦想家人，在第2节倒数5分钟的时候，到我们1楼的出入口找我们工作人员报到，我们准时集合。
是的，要玩游戏的朋友双手举高。
好，2楼的观众，
第一个举起来的帮我接一下。
2楼的观众有没有想要玩我们中场游戏的？
玩游戏的朋友，
把手举起来，来哦。
OK， 好，换这里好吗？
好，
这边，
我们这边1楼的观众在哪里？1楼的观众在哪里？
最后一颗，这里的朋友声音大声一点。
好，2楼的观众有没有想玩中场游戏的
？Welcome back to the broadcast here from Zhonghua County Stadium. Like it up for a little bit warmer weather we've been having here in Taiwan. Not much of a problem though if you're down here in Zhonghua or if you're down even further in Kaohsiung. If you're just joining in, we are here at Zhonghua County Stadium as the home Dreamers are facing an early deficit against the Kings. So have not yet seen the return of Jeremy Lin. He's been working on that exercise by quite a bit. With a possible return after dealing with plantar fasciitis and his suspension from the unsanctioned, unallowed medical treatment which involved injections. Dreamers have swapped in number 3 Hayden, Julian Boyd, and Doug Creighton. Stopping the ball and forcing a late drive as foul is called. I believe it's Kenny Manigal. He's played in all 6 games. There you see his hands certainly were vertical, but there you see that's the body bump that the referee's calling. That'll result in shooting fouls. Boyd, first one, not getting the bounce. On his season against the Kings, 4 games, nearly 40 minutes played. 18.5 points, 9.5 rebounds. On the season series, if you've just found us or you need this recap, the Dreamers actually 5 wins to 1 loss, but only plus 27 in net scoring. So it's statistically not that big of a margin. Deflected pass as the Kings will bring in number 9 Kyle, or Lee Kai-yen. Into the painted area, rising above McCullough, but missing the close one. That one just danced off the top of the rim. Boyd now on the block against Day. Into the ball screen, getting the ball back and flipping it up and in. Nice assist to Ryan. Caught a step behind Joe as he swishes the jumper. Back to McCullough. He'll give it another try. You can follow along the game. PLeagueofficial.com/game/512. The game so far, Chris McCullough 1 for 4. Had that alley-oop dunk in transition. Running low on time. Kyle shooting it on the run as Day put it on target. He does have a good height. Bumped by Boyd. There's definitely a height disadvantage in this particular matchup for the Dreamers. Boyd, definitely one of the stronger imports we have in the league, but listed at only 201 centimeters, or about 6'7", whereas number 25 Day 211, or 6'11", 211 centimeters that is. All right, enough exercise bike. Former Steelers teammates here on camera. Between Tank and Jeremy, both in the Steelers rotation last year for what could have been a miracle playoff run, but denied by the Dreamers on the last game day of the season. Now a little bit of a full court press, and this is how the Kings came back against the Dreamers back in Xingzhuang, as Manigault throws it to McCullough, but already running out of bounds, so not a bad break for either team. So inbounding from really the coffin corner of the basketball court. Fouls are never taken out of bounds there. Hayden trying to get the jumper. As Boyd, one dribble and blocked. Probably didn't need that dribble, and there's still a foul down low. Boyd trying to ask for a foul, and maybe there's not nothing there, but he had an opening and chose to take that dribble. Not here. This was that second play. Day's first foul. 4 on the Kings in the quarter. Dunja overshooting another corner three. Through pass as Day to Manigault. Trying to get that spacing going again as Joe spins baseline for Boyd there for the block as Manigault now tips it out of bounds. Ooh, not a score, but a chance to set up the trap. No, they'll back out, but good recovery by the Dreamers defensively. Quick show of a double against Hayden as that ball's getting through all the way to Jay Chen. Substitutions coming up for both teams. Boyd couldn't get the finger roll to fall. Now Jimmy, this time from the left corner. That drained three. That brings them up to 8 points on the game. Hayden snaking the defense and leaving it up and out. Already up by 14. It's Kenny Manigault from the block. Not too much of a challenge for McCullough that close as fouls kind of going through Jay Chen there. There should be free throws coming up for the Dreamers, as coming onto the court is going to be, I'm trying to figure it out, but one person is in there for sure. There's Jeremy. If you didn't already know, native of Northern California, former NBA player. And have a weird substitution situation as there are too many yellow jerseys in and around the court. On the Dreamer side, Brandon Gilbeck is back in for McCullough. Dropping in the first one of the leaders of the Dreamers in terms of free throw percentage. In fact, he's #1 at 82%. But missing this second one as Kenny Manigault skies high for the rebound now. Kind of going up court a little gingerly. Definitely part of the season where everybody's dealing with some kind of pain. Joseph Lynn tries to go high off the backboard and tank in the vicinity. It'll be a Kings team rebound. This is the second game by my record that Jeremy has come off the bench. Now he's got possession, trying to set up the play. Previously, he was a screener. Now they're facing what looks to be between a zone and a box one. There he goes, making his first basket back in action in a while. Very much keeping the Dreamers in the rear-view mirror. Boyd jumping through, and no, there is a whistle. See if it was Day or if it was Tank. It's going to be on Tank. A couple of free throws coming up for Julian Boyd, or JB, as he's known in the Dreamers camp. On the season, a 75% free throw shooter. But right now, looking at 0 for 3, going to 0 for 4. Think positive, 1 for 4. The Dreamers finally reached double digits. 1 of 42 left in the quarter. And a foul as Jeremy making a move going right. Hayden will come in for Achi, who, looking up at the scoreboard, quickly amassing his third personal. He's looking on the floor, but regaining his footing as Jeremy trying to maneuver a double team, and there's a whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That time Julian Boyd involved in the double team. Just like that, he'll be going off for Chris McCullough, considering the foul situations. If you're just tuning in, it's the Kings versus the Dreamers. Jeremy's last plus league game came against the Lioneers. And since the 5 games that he's last been sitting out, the Kings have only gone 1-4 with a win in Kaohsiung, but 4 straight losses. Hayden trying to find space as Chen takes a pull-up jumper. Stopped by JJ though, Jayota, number 10 for the Kings. Now on the switch, it's Jeremy trying to drive on Gilbeck with a double coming as that pass is intercepted. And take foul in transition. Another smart move by Day, trying to give up free throws instead of a possible easy layup. And on the Kings bench, Coach Marchand trying to indicate there was traveling on that play. And a look, good anticipation as Jay does start a fumble. But even without the fumble, he would have had a live dribble going on, if you ask me. Still a ways to go. Dreamers now to 12 points, 15 down to the Kings 27. Austin Day has been in foul trouble every single one of his plus league games. Fouled out of 2 and 4. Last one against the Braves as Tank on McCullough as Gilbeck going to a fadeaway. Doesn't look like the Dreamers wanted that particular matchup. Jeremy trying to turn the corner and firing it out today. He'll give it a try for 3 as JJ right there for the putback. It was airballed. But the hustle right now is won by the Kings on this end of the floor especially. Ball getting away as the Kings will get a little 2-on-2. And a foul by Hayden. The only good news right now for the Dreamers is there's only 6 seconds left in the quarter. You see Gilbeck was already getting back into defense, and Hayden just took that foul. So off the line, JJ stopping in the first. Original member of the Kings 3 years back goes 1 for 2. He's wanted to get a defense for offense, though, but not the worst thing in the world as the Dreamers lose the dribble, and JJ's offered a 3/4 court heave. Well, the first quarter is in the books. Kings 30 to the Dreamers 12. As we head to the second quarter.
男生女生配，黑白配，黑白配，黑白配，男生女生配，嗨！恭喜我们的梦想家人可以获得我们的跑得快套餐，然后等一下在这一区我们也会发礼物给我们的梦想家人哦。好，我们现在前往下一区，有没有人想要挑战的？有没有人想要挑战优尼手？来，准备了，黑白配，男生女生配，黑白配。男生女生配，黑白配，男生女生配，黑白配，男生女生配，黑白配，男生女生配。有点激烈，但是没关系，我们还是请你吃跑得快套餐。
是的。
我们现在准备要前往那区了吗？
是的。
出发了，优尼手。
挑战成功。
来了，有没有国王队的粉丝要来挑战的？挑战主场，然后 同学就是你了，黑白配，哦，火药味浓浓哦，
加油加油！
加油，来了，
快速版的黑白配，
男女配，
节奏节奏，
重新，
黑白配，
男的女生配，黑白配，黑白配，黑白配，黑白配，男的女生配，哇！这一轮只有我们梦想家拿下胜利，但是我们还是请你吃法大炸鸡的跑得快套餐，
谢谢，
谢谢这位国王队的粉丝，
那我们继续为梦想家加油！
加油！
The Formosa Dreamers mascot, Yoni So, a unicorn playing a popular, what do we call it? Gesturing game? What do we call rock, paper, scissors? In any case, trying to get the home fans going as they find themselves down big and early. And been given extra 15 seconds to come out of that between quarter huddle. Kings, meanwhile, with the same 5 that ended that first quarter, already ready to go. To go back into the history books a little bit, the first 4 games of this series were not even close, with an average margin of 22 points. Tank and Jeremy on the side. He almost lost the dribble with Gilbeck right in front of him. A deep 2 on the way is going to result in a Dreamers rebound. Chen running into Jeremy, and that'll be an offensive foul with Jeremy. It looks like he took it to the face too. And he's always been a brave player to take this kind of contact. Might have hit him on the jaw. You see that left elbow coming through. Look around the stadium. It looks like both of the Lynn parents are in the stadium. Getting to see a lot of replays, but on the floor, Jeremy is ready to go again. He'll bring the ball up. Besides that first possession, has had a lot of long touches. Tank will give it a try, and he knocks down the 3. Now, the last 2 games between these 2 teams have come down the wire. First one was a game in Xinzhuang, I remember, on a Tuesday night where Julia Boyd, Chris McCullough had a couple of dunks as the ball gets away from McCullough's grasp. The Dreamers wanted in, getting a stop on, I believe, Kenny Manigault. Lee Cayenne from kind of the same spot as the Kings. Red hot from just a little bit left of center right now and forcing an early timeout. This one getting away and getting away at an accelerating speed. Not what the Dreamers want right now, facing 2 losses in a row on their season, but the Kings trying to snap a 4-game losing streak of their own. No quarters given. We'll be back after this.
答对的我梦家人就有机会获得我们 Dreamers Athletic 的球衣。好，注意听啊，题目就是首位得分的我梦球员是谁？首位得分的我梦球员是谁？赶快拿起你们的手机，扫大荧幕的 QR code， 就有机会可以获得我们 Dreamers Athletic 的球衣。好，再重复一次题目。 首位得分的我梦球员是谁？哦，提示是后卫，是先发球员，是后卫，是先发球员。还没拿起你的手机扫的，赶快拿起来扫 QR code， 回答问题就有机会。
So a quick timeout here in the second quarter, as so far in the game it's been all New Taipei Kings against the Dreamers at their home court of Zhonghua County Stadium. Looking down at my notes, it is April 13th, and a happy birthday to my mother, Lynette Chen. Tried to make it a whole week of celebrating, and Mom was thankful, but awfully full. There's Mr. Lin. With the very light-colored outfit from top to bottom. Joe getting the start of the game. 5 points and assists. Now it's Jeremy's turn out there. He's got, hey, what do you know, 5 points and an assist. Trying to stick to the defense of assignment of Lu Guanliang as that ball, two-handed stop by Kyle. Take note, Perlman calling a timeout, 10:41. The Dreamers down by 24 as good backdoor resulting in a hammer, and Austin Day swishing it on the right corner. Right now, it seems like the Kings can get, whether from passes or dribbles, easy penetration as McCullough's fade away, no good. Jeremy stop, but he spins around, now taking a tough turnaround, and he'll get the bounce. A good counter move against Lu Guanliang, but Brandon Gilbeck came over to help, and it still wasn't enough to stop him. Trying to get him involved as the passes floated. Gilbeck, though, having to finish through some defensive walling up. Jeremy losing the handle on it, misses with that left-handed finger roll as Hayden beats Kyle down for it, and there will be free throws as good job by Taichung native Li Kaiyan to hang on to Hayden there, running out of bounds into those kind of box seats. Now, funny enough, because he fouled first and then held on to Hayden, perhaps maybe avoids being called for an unsportsmanlike, because in the FIBA rulebook, unlike, say, the NBA playoff unwritten rules where you might try to take a hard foul but save a guy by hugging him, in the FIBA rulebook, actually, if you engage in such a hug, trying to hold your opponents up, that actually puts you in dangerous territory for an unsportsmanlike. Hayden's free throw bringing the Dreamers up to 16 points on the quarter, 11-4, thanks to 3 Kings three-pointers. Interesting board start for Austin Day to hand off to Venti. Now to the other side, Tank rolling in, taking the contact and rolling it in with the left hand. Aji to Chris McCullough, and he finally finds the bottom of the net. Like a little bit too much holding by Hayden there. Here's a look at Coach Perlman. Controlling the Dreamers in front of LED area. There you see the reaching foul. Second by the Dreamers on the quarter. Day will head off. He started his, or shall I say, restarted his Kings career when the Kings were playing in Cebu. A clutching layup as Li Kaiyan getting a little fancy with it, and after just a couple minutes, the Dreamers calling their second and last time out of the first half. You see the quarter scoring an even bigger margin. So much for the broadcaster claim that 6 seconds was the only good news for them previously in that reset. Li Kaiyan smartly maneuvering around that outstretched arm of Julian Boyd, who almost looked like a sure block. Went to timeout. 10:41 by my notes. The score was 36-12. And since then, it's been 9-7 for the Kings. So reducing the rate at which the Kings open up the difference in the margin is not exactly what Coach Perlman had in mind. Typically really saves his timeouts as long as he can. Lewis trying to challenge Julian Boyd, who planks it. Actually, good hustle, but Sushi will come away with it. An easy handoff to Venti. He'll try from 3 as Lewis from the other side. He'll get the putback. With the Lewis, kind of letting his beard grow out a little bit more. Out of bounds. I think it'll stay with the Dreamers. Sounds like our point at the scorers table needs to get a look at. Kings are trying to bring in Joseph Lin. Anyways, under 7.5. Nice kick as Lupa now has got an open look. He drains it. So far on the game, Chris McCullough had the only other Dreamers three-pointer as ball gets to Mark. Another good hands play. Hope our cameras caught that one again. We have to start counting that on the broadcast score sheet. Oh, Joseph Lin's in. I'll go ahead. So does it count if he starts the play out of bounds? I say so facetiously. Getting into the interior, but missing the close one, and so does Lewis. But again, these offensive rebounds for Team Yellow almost all afternoon. Low on time, Manigal spinning into a tough shot. Another hustle play by Sushi. As Joe taking the contact and another JV foul. The Dreamers are going to have problems bringing the ball up the court. Not going to have any luck in this game. There you see him saving it in bounds, and over here, Perlman has a little bit of an argument, and so does Boyd, of Joseph Lin creating the contact, but typically you want that to go the offense's way. Makes as the Kings are knocking on the half-century mark on the scoreboard already. Achi trying to cross over Joe, and he does so. The whistle and one. Interesting conversation going on between Doug, Achi, as got a free throw coming up. Previously, number 1 Jumped ahead with his fast break and one layup, and now Aji kind of working his flurry of dribble moves. Free throw? No. Going with 3. Bouncing it to Wendell Lewis, who goes in with a two-handed slam. And there's a good answer by Joseph Lin there. Somebody missed an assignment as Doug takes a running shot. Gilbeck in the painted area. He'll get an and one. Good feed there, or shall I say, good wild shot by Doug. He previously, that kind of makes the difference there when Joseph Lin will offer kind of that pump fake. You see Doug, last time against the Lioneers, he actually had a post up against a quite tall local wing, Julian Hall, which I thought was a curious offensive choice. And now kind of one of those half passes, half shots there with Gilbeck in a good position. Not exactly ideal. Kind of run a floppy for Venti. As Chen will try a dribble drive. Now spaced out, he'll let it fly, and McCullough will eventually pull down the rebound. Now going down court. Kings will be bringing in more size with Yang Jimmy in for Venti. Little pocket pass to Gilbeck, and he's fouled. Trying to work something off right shoulder. Here you see the foul going through on the scoreboard. Kenny Manigault with a third personal. As we mentioned in the first quarter, Achi with 3 personal fouls. Supportive young fans behind the basket on the Dreamer side of the court. As Gilbeck goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Jay screens for Joe as the double comes, ball getting away. Has to beat him with speed, and a one-handed hammer by Chris McCullough. So loud in here, they can't even hear the horn as the Kings now issue a timeout. Chris McCullough with Joe making the smart business decision there to kind of stay back. So since the last time out, it's been a 11-6 Dreamers run. I would think that the Kings don't have too much trouble trying to adjust to the Dreamers defense on that play particularly. Just a quick double. Matchup wise, they've been counting on number 17, Su Sixuan, a decent amount. Started the game, obviously, and for the most part on defense, will be tasked with staying in front of Chris McCullough. Not much he could do on that last fast break. McCullough, after that dunk, now leading the Dreamers in scoring with 7 points. Also leads them in rebounds with 4 and 3 steals. Meanwhile, on the Kings side of things, Yang Jiming leads them in scoring. All of its 8 points coming in the first quarter. Playing up Jeremy and Joe with 7 points apiece. So number 72, Xiaoli Lingyun, is not selected for the active roster as Dave jumping back in there with a counter 3. Let's see what the Dreamers drew up on their side. They space it out. McCullough's got to catch and shoot. Gilbeck in good position, but ball getting away. I'm going to say it's going to stay with the Dreamers. I'm on the other side of the court, and it's definitely hard to see. Definitely thought Gilbeck was the one in good position, but even Yang Jiming waved to not have a video review. He switched on to Achi. Teammates all the way in season 1 to step back. No, as Gilbeck above 2 Kings imports. Double against Joe as the swing pass to the skip pass. McCullough matches up. Now Jiming on the handoff. That's off. Down court is Brandon Gilbeck racing ahead. So there's the speed and the pace that the Dreamers can look to get back into this one. Day having made one another. Again on the ball screen with Joe, who instead took it left and became a pick and pop. Through the loop one now. He misses it from close. Outside, as that'll be the 4th against the Dreamers team. It was McCullough and Day bodying for position. There you see that. The hands up does not make you innocent. In fact, if anything, it almost makes you more guilty. The referee's on top of it. But going to the same corner is Joe against Achi. Spinning into a double and in some trouble, keeping the dribble alive from his behind. And somehow Yang Jiming gets an alley to Kenny Manigault inadvertently. An interesting play result there. I guess interesting play progression, I should say. The result is just 2 points as Achi's fouled by Joe. Getting a step ahead of him. Definitely looking at the play, perhaps contact happened earlier than later. Second personal foul on Joseph Lin as Achi sinking the first. In his 4th year in the Plus League, runner-up of Rookie of the Year all those years ago as the Dreamers played all their home games here from Zhanghua County Stadium. Native out of the nearby city of Nantou. wide open. And the bounce of the basketball in to bring the Kings up to 61. Everyone is playing a little bit too tight on their assignments. As McCullough finds a little space and he drops it in on the tip-in. McCullough's afternoon now up to 9 points. This time the Dreamers covered up to a 3. Little head fake as they swing it around. Lee Kai-en fresh in the game. He's unable to convert. As Brandon Gilbeck, again, a wide open dunk. It's another situation where the Dreamers out-hustle the Kings to the basket there. So quarter 2 has now seen our 4th timeout. Once again, it's the New Taipei Kings with the Dreamers still down by 21. But certainly feeling some momentum being the home team. And a look at a sweet feed by Aji to Brandon Gilbeck. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half here. Another horn as the Dreamers stay back as Kai-en grabs the long rebound. Losing his balance, facing Chris McCullough, getting to a spot perhaps, but leaving it short. So out of the timeout, the Dreamers get a stop. Have 2 point guards out there. An alley-oop missed by Gilbeck, but Day backing into him. Whistle. That is now Austin Day's 3rd personal. We saw that penetration. And that is not an innocent play defensively by Day. Gilbeck too strong with that free throw. So 3 fouls for him, 3 fouls for Kenny Manigault. And 3 fouls for Wendell Lewis as well. On the Dreamer side, it's Aji and Julian Boyd with 3 fouls apiece. Chris McCullough came in to help. Now he's got the basketball and going down court, laying it in with the right hand. Trying to go back up the middle, and it will be a turnover. Now Jimmy was trying to hit a cutting Joseph Lin. this full court man as Hayden will bring it up. Pick though as Gilbeck trying to start a move. Little guard to guard action as there's a whistle. Awkward everywhere. Everybody arguing right now. I don't know what to say on this play, honestly. One thing's for certain, both teams have been a lot more focused on the officials and the officiating than trying to accomplish what they want defensively and offensively. Screening for Aji as the Kings switch. And they're switching everything. Hayden to Doug. He's stripped from the side and ball getting away up ahead. Yang Jimmy has to just save it inbounds. Shot clock is turned off though. Joseph Lin firing early, it's short as Aji's got a second to Doug and it's too late. Although he offered up a nice attempt. The referees will give it a look, but we are headed to the locker rooms with, as it stands right now, 63-43, but we'll have to see about this video replay review. The players and the coaches will head out, but to me it looks like time expired. Yes, it looks like, at least from that angle, Chris McCullough is in the way. Wow, just catching the backboard, so good job by our camera people and the broadcast crew to keep the right angles alive. To me, it definitely looks like he still had possession with the red light turned on. Broadcast crew trying to put that together, though if you ask me, I already stated my opinion. Slightly more zoomed in. You see the red light with the basketball still in his hands around his chest area. So indeed confirmed, it will not count, although don't get a lot of those half-court buzzer beaters. So with that, it's time for us to take a break as we begin to think about the first half and give you the recap at the halftime analysis after these messages.
机会得到10万元，所以一定要在现场。
没错。3
排1号，对不对
？2楼蓝3区3排1号有在现场吗？
紫色的朋友吗 ？OK， 好，待会记得下来。
好，2楼蓝1区14排9号。
14排9号的朋友，帮我们挥一下手。Hello， 待会记得下来，有机会拿到10万元哦。
哦，好，有在 ，OK。好，那我们就抽完梦想高尔夫的部分。
是的。
好，我们刚刚梦想图形的幸运儿已经出来了，可以获得我们 Dreamers Athletic 球衣一件的，就是我们的梁成伟。
恭喜！
后3码139，后3码139。
是的，恭喜你获得我们梦想家好礼球衣一件。
没错，好，请我们的获奖者今天结束前到我们梦想服务处去领取你的兑换券，然后到我们的梦想商店兑换。
是，那接下来就往我们的中场游戏喽。
是的，我们的追梦大挑战。
嘿，
我们刚刚选到的8位幸运的球迷朋友到我们的场中间来。
我们分成2队，一边是绿队，壮这边是绿队。
对，丹尼这边是黑队。
是的。
今天我们要玩的就是我们的追梦大挑战。
是。
就是我们的岩浆之路。好，我知道你们可能听不懂我在说什么，我们就等一下边请工作人员示范，边解释给你们听。
好。
所以等一下你们会看到每一队呢，你们脚下都会有这个我们叫做实地板的东西。
实地板。
对。那
等于石头地板外面都是岩浆。
是的。
所以你只要踩到外面，你就会掉下去哦。
是。所以。一块石板上面只能站1个人，手可以碰到木地板，但脚不可以。然后等一下中线的球迷从这边出发，然后去拯救你们的伙伴，这样子，然后再移动下一块石板，再移动它过去移动，过去移动，等于说你们多了1块石板的空间可以移动。好，你们这样就拯救到下一个人了。
是。再换下一个人去拯救。
没错，好，
一直接力到那边。
好，然后2队的目标分别是4位要到禁区内，4位都要到禁区，然后都要完成投篮才算获胜。
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's halftime here from Zhanghua County Stadium. Thanks to all of our 300,000 now plus subscribers on the Plus League YouTube channel. I'm Ryan Chen, your English play-by-play. Here in the Plus League broadcast, on the Mandarin side, on screen on the left is Mark Tionghui and Zhang Longxuan, former SBL player, actually former Brave at some point in his career, joining the broadcast staff here in the Plus League rotation. There's Zhanghua County Stadium inside, and we'll get to the combined team statistics here with points, field goal shooting, three-point shooting, rebounds, assists, and turnovers. Of course, you know me, looking at turnovers and rebounds first. The Kings 30 rebounds on the game to the Dreamers 24. And that includes almost half a dozen offensive rebounds. On the Dreamers side, they need to do a better job grabbing those rebounds, and which has led to their success. Chris McCullough, after defensive stops, has had success scoring in transition. Brandon Gilbeck, of course, utilizing the good passing of his teammates to get to a team-leading 13 points. The Kings have been fouling more, but that's not exactly slowed their offensive game down. Shooting fairly well from the field. In fact, very well from the field. Not settling for threes, have been 5 for 12, which is more than good. But of course, finding other opportunities. They've done pretty well protecting the basketball, 9 for 21 three-point shooting. And it's not been that easy in the paint, of course, facing the length of Brandon Gilbeck, Chris McCullough, and the Dreamers defense that'll swarm. But they were, on their end, successful in the first quarter, holding the Dreamers to a poor shooting first quarter, 3 of 17, including 6 turnovers. So as the second quarter has come along, it was a much more offensive affair in the aggregate scoreboard. Of course, both teams, especially their imports, now facing some foul trouble, which will be something to monitor. This is the last weekend we'll be in here in Zhanghua, and statistically, actually, the Dreamers are not bad here at this stadium. In 6 games, 4 wins, 2 losses. Have had the lead for almost 27 minutes, but have also been behind in the scoreboard for 18 minutes. And a net 5.2 points per game. But at Taichung Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, 6 win, 1 losses, plus 11 points, 41 minutes with a lead, only 4.5 minutes behind. They play at a faster pace, their three-point shooting is better, and their opponent's three-point shooting is lower. And of course, the all-important rebounding is also on their side, 7.1 in Taichung, 6.0 here. And perhaps that's why they have their 3 bigger imports and not Devin Marble. Maybe we could see him tomorrow. And on the King side of things, Austin Day leading them with 11 points, but that and more leading scorers coming up in the next segment.
可以，
加油！
差一点，
差一点，
再大力一点，再大力一点。你可以，
再大力一点点，再大力一点点，加油！
有了吗？
加油！
哎，不然你可以往后面过，再让它往前。完成！黑队完成，恭喜恭喜！
差一点点。
好，那我们就请我们2队黑队跟绿队的我梦家人到我们的场中间。
是。
来，我们面那边，我们面向那边。好的，恭喜我们今天挑战的8位我梦家人，都可以获得由 Mizuno 品牌准备的精美好礼。
是的。
我们获胜的黑队可以获得我们的 Mizuno 后背包。
是的。
另外一队可以获得 Mizuno 的斜肩背包。
哇，非常棒！
好，
来，我们
都拿好了吗？好，我们8位梦想家人，我们一起看到前方的摄影机，一起合影。来，好，1、2、3，好，下一张，1、2、3，好，谢谢我们所有的我梦家人。好，我们等等。最后2分钟，壮壮。
是的，就要挑战我们的今天的梦想10万元。希望今天有机会把10万块带走，让我们继续为梦想家加油！
加油！
Y'all take a room and y'all gon' wear it out. Fuck all that talk about who's in the whereabouts. I walk in Neiman's and Marcus, I'm buried out. Walking the bank and say, fuck it, let's clear it out. I'm the same dollar sign slime, they gon' hear me. I'm the same dollar sign slime, they gon' feel me. I'm the same dollar sign slime. I'm the same dollar sign slime. Yeah, I'm gon' hit like it's 82. Got a new whip in this navy blue. Top of the game on the 22. Look at me, nigga, then look at you. You just the up and the flop of a nigga. I'm sorry that I gotta say the truth. Thought I wouldn't pop, but I popped to you niggas now. I'm with the hits like I'm Babe Ruth. Bitch, I do not do labor. You know I don't got too major. Bought a new house, few acres. I done went and got new neighbors. So fuck all that noise, be considering. I'm really that nigga that's killing it. Man, all of y'all niggas equivalent. I'm really that nigga that's different. Y'all take a room and y'all gon' wear it out. Fuck all that talk about who's in the whereabouts. I walk in Neiman's and Marcus, I'm buried out. Walking the bank and say, fuck it, let's clear it out. I'm the same.
Tonight, the Lioneers look to beat the Steelers on back-to-back weeks down at Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium, having last week played in Hsinchu County Stadium. Second segment here in Plus League broadcast, customary to get to the leading scores on the game. From left to right, Austin Day with 11 points. As mentioned, a couple of three-pointers in the second quarter really opened things up. Joseph with 9 points, Yang Jiming 8 points all in the first quarter. Jeremy with 7 points returning to action. One of the biggest things for the Kings offensively is how they've been able to challenge the Dreamers spacing-wise, and that's created penetration opportunities. And of course, one of the bigger takeaways watching Jeremy and Joseph is they keep that dribble alive and they can really counter and not forced into bad layups. Meanwhile, on the Dreamer side of things, a couple of guys in double digits. Brandon Gilback 13, Chris McCullough 11, Achi with 8, but then it falls off. Julian Boyd 3, Ryan Lu Guanyang getting a start in the game. He has 3. One of the issues for the Dreamers is exactly that, matching up defensively, and of course, they've also not found the space themselves. But this is always a curious case of, how the plus-minus math works, because, for example, Jay Chen has played 13 minutes, 3 points, but minus 25, versus Ryan Lu Guanyang's 17 minutes played, 3 points as well, but only minus 8. Now, the biggest lead of the game is 29 points for the Kings. The Dreamers would have to pull off the biggest comeback in Plus League regular season history, which unfortunately was against them this season. 27 points by the Pilots. We'll be back after this.
刚刚看完了影片，恭喜我们的黑队
获胜。
是的，获得我们的超级分数3000分。
是，没错。那接下来就是我们的梦想10万元时间。今天呢有3个幸运的朋友吗？是吗？
好，我们刚刚2队的分数来报一下分数。
好，没问题。
好，我们的黑队现在有70700分。哦。绿队有63200分。哇！好，我们的绿队微幅落后，但没关系，还有机会。等一下可以继续到我们的环廊进行游戏，帮自己的队伍赚取分数。
好，没问题。那接下来我们今天有3个幸运得主，来我们的梦想这边来。
来，我们的梦想高尔夫要来了。
是的。
一样，老规矩，推到底线那个梦想 Golf 下面的洞，就可以获得10万
元。加油加油！
这位同学，你刚刚睁大了眼睛，是不是觉得洞很小？没关系，
用力挥出梦想的一杆，
挥出梦想的一击吧！准备好了就出发，
加油！
来喽，准备
，Let's go！
哦，笔直的推出，
来，没关系，换第2位朋友。
好，来，我们下一位，请准备，准备好了就推，
加油！
来，挥出梦想的一击 ，Go！ 哦，这个有直，有在直，有在直。哇，
有一点歪了，
差一点点。刚刚凯总还特地探头看了一下。
好，
来了，弟弟，
不要放弃我们，
有没有信心？
希望就在前方。
我知道你的意思是有。好，我们，
没关系，
我们冷静一点推。好，这球偏的有一点点多。
好，那我们继续呢？可惜没有把我们的梦想10万元带走。那我们继续会寻找可以带走10万元的人，好不好？好，那我们接下来继续为我们的梦想家加油！
加油！
Change your bracelet, that's a upgrade. On the watch that, yeah, I'm at work. If you want that, is your role? Be precise, my little baby. Change your life, yeah. That's a upgrade. On your ice, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
New Plus League tank tops on the online store. For the warmer weather we have it, visit pleagueofficial.com/shop. We're just moments away from the start of the second half, where right now on the floor is the starters for both teams as the start of the game. There with the black baseball cap, Lin Liren, who, thanks to his influence, has now made the Plus League make an adjustment when it comes to week MVP voting. Skip pass to Lu Huanliang, and switching ways, but missing the runner. The game, the Dreamers have not shot the 3-ball well and have not settled for the 3-pointer either. Now Jimmy screening, now rolling as he's got a kick out. Su Shen swinging to Kenny Manigal, so close, but no, as Wendell Lewis will pull it down. Speaking of the Steelers, who I mentioned, they are playing tonight as kind of a combo block there against Kenny Manigal. Space for the Dreamers as Jay Chen swishing the first 3. He takes to the second half. Joseph Lin, he's giving room, and an easy tray for him as he's up to 12 points now. As mentioned, Lewis last season a Steeler. As the Dreamers cough it up, it's Joe with the clutching layup for a miss, and now having to chase the basketball. Good effort play there, and thankfully it looks like he's safe there. The hardwood is on a level, but placed on top of the floor they have here at Changhua County Stadium. Thankfully, he fell off, no problem. That's the blue you see around the perimeter. Anyways, Lewis last season, 16.5 points, 12 rebounds per game on a very efficient 58% from the field. Not bad from the line either at 76%. But hasn't played as much basketball as he had since then. G back to McCullough. He's a rise and fire. Offering the pump fake now in the handoff game with Yang Jingming. He'll go to the free throw area as Gilbeck will pull it down. Well, as mentioned, this starting lineup for the Dreamers will be challenged certainly at that either shooting guard or small forward spot. Chen Zhenjie here with a second one. Joe turning the corner, putting it up for a miss as Wendell Lewis, look what I found. Just outmaneuvering McCullough for that second chance score for the Kings. Double goes the wrong way as Ling Jingji will fire away. Now with the Dreamers making a move. Yang Jimmy tried to slip that through pass and then fouls the player in transition. That was Aji that took that hit. I don't know if Yang Jimmy is frustrated with himself or with Lewis there. There you see the tackle takedown, and previously the volleyball spike by Brandon Gilbeck. Big floated skip pass out of bounds as Aji thought Ryan was going to stay in place. Boyd in for Gilbeck, the first substitution of the second half. Joe taking the contact, and there will be a foul, they say. It's on to number 0. Second personal. I wanted to get another look at that one. Here you see he was on it. Yang Jimmy jumped for the contest. Definitely not no contact, but now after the first half where the Kings allowed 20 free throws by the Dreamers, but they missed 7. That's only their second miss at the line. They were previously 10 for 11. As much as the Dreamers have cut into the lead, the Kings still with a lead in the teens as Yang Jimmy jumps the pass, intended for McCullough. Now cross matchup. Aji with the bump and hitting the elbow jumper. Off balance even. Quick double on Kenny Manigal, swinging to Su Shen, who got the foul. Good patient play there by 2 Kings locals there. Pump fake and the hold by Boyd. It's going to be his 4th. Kenny Manigal. Mix up fouls in points here on the scoreboard, way offline. Chen is an improved three-point shooter, but you wouldn't be able to tell by that free throw. Looking down, number 17, only 7 for 10 from the free throw line. Has not had that many opportunities. But 21 for 49 coming into this afternoon at beyond the arc. After some pump fakes, Chen's in and out with that three. Spinning baseline, and looks like he's been working on his post moves. Getting 2 points. Aji, of course, having to deal with a little bit of foul trouble of his end. The early whistle just as Aji was stepping into a shot. It's Austin Day's 4th personal. Look at the drop step. Yes, guards can use it too. McCullough fading away from Lewis. Would have been real nice. And they got a step on Day. So the lead right now for the Kings 20, and they want to extend it. Yang Jimmy slipping it back as Lewis avoids the defender and lays it in. That time the two were on the same page. Aji takes the whistle, and the ball goes down. Another and one for the guard. Got to see who it's on. The scoreboard's indicating Joseph Lin with his 3rd personal. We'll have to talk it over in a sec. We'll be going to break, our first time out here in the second half. Kings still up big.
好，现在把你们的目光投到大荧幕，跟我们的女孩一起来 dance battle 啦！好，被我们导播老师照到的，跟我们的女孩一起来尬一下舞吧！不要害羞，同学漂亮！同学们不要害羞，跟我们的女孩一起来 dance battle 一下，好不好？不要害羞，不要拿你们的折扇挡住你们的脸，大方的秀出来，大方的站起来吧，同学！我梦家人，让我们站起来，跟我们的女孩一起 battle。
Tomorrow, number 1 Pilots versus the number 2 Dreamers, while the Braves head down to Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium. Changhua County Stadium, though, not super enthusiastic dancers in the stands yet. Our TV people, our producers, still looking for them. A little extended run up for the Kings starters, with the only sub being Austin Day for Kenny Manigault. We've been told that Joseph Lin has now reached 500 career assists, the 2nd player in the league to do so, behind Steelers number 4 Chen Yao-wei. And Yang Jiming, somewhere in this 3rd quarter, has now reached 100 steals. Took him 101 games, though. Perhaps something for Kings social media, their marketing team, to put out. As Aji, with a made free throw, has brought his scoring total now up to 16. They swing it around as Austin Day left open. Cullen pulling down the rebound. He's got an open lane, flipping it to a little finger roll with the right hand. Acrobatic play there. On the other side, it's Lee Cayenne who was hit on the layup attempt. Another look at nobody stopping the basketball till it was even in the painted area. Well, I guess it's not painted here in Zhanghua, in the paint. No, that doesn't quite work either. In the restricted, no, that doesn't work. There's a restricted area. We'll figure it out. Lee Cayenne making the first. As mentioned, actually a native from Taichung. In the season series, has played 3 games, 8.3 points per game, and a solid plus 17 against the Dreamers. Doug Creighton will give it a try. That's off. Too long of a dribble by Austin Day and not enough communications. Cullen pulls it down, bumps with the offhand, misses the hook shot, and misses the second effort as well. Nobody else to blame but himself for 2 opportunities. A little flip as Wendell Lewis bounces it in. Kind of looked like he threw it down. Aji clutching, and a whistle comes. We'll have to see about that one. It's Joseph Lin, they say a hit on the arm. And just like that, Joseph Lin with a couple of fouls on the quarter. Get another look. Definitely another one of those, it was early, not so late. The block by Lewis certainly was clean. On the third quarter, Aji now with 10 points from that free throw. He's been perfect 3 for 3 from the field as well. Quick give and go as Joseph Lin lays it in. Just when the Dreamers thought they had him, Yang offered a good passing outlet, and on the fadeaway, in the face of Wendell Lewis, Aji gets it right back. Yang faked one out, but lost the handle for the shot, as now Joe's kicking out to a teammate. Oh, from the other side, there we go, Austin Day making up for that last miss where he was wide open. Forced into a miss, and on this second effort, again, going to that left hand. Don't really think about him as an ambidextrous scorer, but he's certainly trying here in the third quarter. Lee Cayenne, another driving layup. This time a little bit more physicality against Jay Chen. Not so much the aero acrobatics. On the overcommitment, Boyd will have a look. Throwing it inbounds to Yang Jiming as the Kings will space it out. A little bit of Butterfingers there. Taipei Kings choosing to go small, and interestingly enough, on the other end, the Dreamers kind of sizing up with Gilbeck in for Julian Boyd. They're looking at a side pick and roll. The Kings have offered a lot of help on these pick and rolls. Deflected as Young Jimmy will save me. 8.6 on the shot clock as Giotto and Jeremy will check in. Jeremy kind of immediately went to the scrum of players, and I kind of lost him for a sec. There he is. He's guarding the inbounder. Quick inbound to Julian Boyd. He's got the size advantage. Forced into a miss as a little bit of extra stuff going on after that. Day counter spinning in a beautiful make from the baseline. All smiles there. Now my turn for a ball as there was a whistle called. So a fifth foul by Day will bring in Tank. Gilbeck will step up to the line. Already 3 for 5 this afternoon. The leading scorer earlier in the ballgame for the Dreamers. His first points of the second half at the line. Taking his time. Trying to get in good rhythm. But too strong, and unfortunately paying for a foul on the miss. Hopefully Kenny Manigault is all right. Kind of getting hit there from behind. No more fouls to give for the Dreamers. Itayen getting by one, but leaving it off. Julian Boyd trying to go through the middle, and he's fouled. Unfortunately, grabbing at that left ankle, the left Achilles. He's back up on his feet, but something is not quite right. Right now he's walking it off, while on the other side, looks like Jeremy didn't land so cleanly either. Well, a little bit of a limp going. Actually kind of breathing hard right now. Here you see the contact go down, and Boyd landing rather hard on that left leg. See at the end, Jeremy a little bit tripped up. But both players will stay in. 2:40 left in the third. After the first miss, the second one bounced out. So despite playing better, the Dreamers have not made that much progress, but deflected pass, the foul in transition, unfortunately came as Boyd ran into Jeremy. That I don't think will count at all. Referees are going to go to the monitor, as the referee is not so happy about that Tank foul on Gilbeck. Maybe something of the open court variety. known to be fouling anybody and caught by the referees. Might be an unsportsmanlike. We've already had one previously. Austin Day going at Jay Chen and not going for the basketball in transition. There you see the dislodge. Maybe another thing, if to use an American football concept, if the pass was on its way to the intended receiver, in basketball it could still be a pass receiver, then you can actually make a claim. But if there's no pass at all, right now it'll just be a common foul. But definitely the referee is going right to a warning. There you see, it looks like Brandon Gilbeck might be initiating of the contact, but nothing illegal until Tank swung him in that direction. More free throws coming up. And given Brandon Gilbeck's historical free throw percentage and on the game 4 for 7, not the worst result in the world. He's joining Yang Jingming at the end of the Kings bench. Gilbeck perfect with that first free throw. I do always find it funny how in all teams in the Plus League there are often more players than there are available benches, and yet at the end of the bench they don't get the cushion seats. They have to work with the plastic folding chairs. And short with a second as Kenny Manigault will pull down another rebound of his. Right to Jeremy, down to Manigault. He's trying to go with speed on Doug. Kick out to JJ, too strong. Hayden calling away Gilbeck as he drives, then kicks. Ryan's shot is on the way. No. It's kind of been the game for the Dreamers. They've not been able to go on enough of these small runs. Good hustle by Jayota for a team offensive rebound. Swinging over to a wide open Kyle. This time it's Butter. So Kings now up to 92 points. 14 for Lee Cayenne as Hayden. To Boyd, he'll give it a try from 3. That one's halfway down but out. As it looks like Jeremy just mossed that one out of Brandon Gilbeck's hands. Now they're matched up one-on-one. Gilbeck doesn't want to give Jeremy too much space. A 48% three-point shooter on the season. Now in close. Boyd stops him. JJ to Lewis, trying to go with a reverse. Tripped himself up. Numbers for the Dreamers if they hurry, but fired way out of bounds by Hayden. Man, pull out the speed gun for that one. And the basketball still lost in the behind the audience section. Kind of got under him. Intended for Doug as the stoppage remains for the crew member to wipe up the floor by Lewis's spill earlier. Jeremy from way downtown. Way to get back into it. Now involved on the handoff as we have 5-second difference. Shot clock to game clock, kick out. And Luka now, he responds with a 3 of his own. 3 seconds left as Jeremy is fouled by Gilbeck. Did not pay off considering there was only 2 seconds left. Like Jeremy took it to the face again. But he's just about ready to get to these free throws. There you see Gilbeck's arm reaching in. If it wasn't the arms, it could have been his thigh sliding into Jeremy. You can see the frustration. Lu Guanliang, they were not in a horrible position to defend that pick and roll. Rather rare miss by Jeremy at the line. Not the top free throw shooter for the Kings. 83% though is very good. And the 0 for 2 trip. Has to deal with his bruises and bumps in the game, but I'm sure he would like to have it. Though heading into the fourth and final frame of this one, 95-70 for the Kings. On their way to ending a 4-game losing streak, perhaps. We'll be back after this.
나의 움직임 smooth criminal 해가 뜰 때 gentleman 뭐 밤만 되면 미치노 Blue check, blue check Blue check, blue check Now that's a flag Yeah Blue check, big stacks on me I need a blue check, check the blue check I need a Killing him, whoever you identify
God, look at my body 거울을 쳐다봐도 나 Now that's a flag. Hold up.
Formosa sexy. Thank you, girls.
Bitch, I'm stylish.
Thank you, Nihai.
Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Niggas talk crazy when I pull up in sight. Bring that shit back, bitch, I'm stylish. Black top, big t-shirt, Billy. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Niggas talk crazy when I pull up in sight. Hey, fuck up first class on the pipe. Put it in perspective. Bitch, I got everything I wanted and some extra. I am not the type to turn it into a detective. Got two on my own phone, barely even check it. Uber eats the food I don't call, I just text it. Guess I don't tell my little bitch got a best.
Plus 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 IB Bar 学人语吧教你篮球的英文术语，欢迎大家点资讯栏的链接一起学习。Now patrolling the second level, Yoni So giving some love to the fans upstairs. Maybe he has some giveaways going on, but over on the King side, perhaps finally, at least as it stands right now, on their way to their first win here at Zanghua County Stadium. Previously, they came with a lot of injuries in tow as a nice feed. Jeremy Demanigal for the lay-in. Swing pass. Now a couple of down screens to a flare screen. Nice counter as Brandon Gilbeck adjusts in the air. Connecting with that layup. Anchi with the assist. Interesting wrinkle to that one. Jeremy having made one, bearing a second one. You know, his threes have the extra arc too. Getting his hands on it, forcing McCullough back. Good defense by the Kings to stay matched up. Anchi got around Manigal, now spinning to a save by Jay Chen. Foul down low as Lee Kai-in was holding on to McCullough. So very good possession by both offense and defense until this last foul. You see Lee Kai-in hold firm with his right arm and catch McCullough in a clip. And he made a kind of big three to counter Jeremy's previous one. second opportunity. Achi off the wrong leg, but no good with the shot. No looking pass, nobody checking Wendell Lewis, and an easy make for him. Maybe one of the easiest assists of Jeremy Lin's night. Second on the team in assists to Joseph, who has 5. Achi to Ryan, charging with a head of steam, and there's a whistle. Second by the Kings on the quarter, as Coach Marchand want to secure this victory. As his main guy still in there. There you see all the defensive attention. Nobody switched on the guy running the middle. Looking up at the scoreboard, Lewis now has 14 points. As how could you, Ryan? Chen trying to stick tight with Joe, but off of a screen. Forcing the Dreamers into a scramble. Kenny Manigault off the dribble. He downs that jumper. The Kings move in to 104, their total score, and we got a wedgie. I don't think I've ever seen a wedgie on the far side of the rim from where it was shot. I'm gonna have to ask our Mandarin broadcast colleague about that one. Maybe save a little bit from the embarrassment. It is Dreamers on the possession arrow. That's right. Get another look at this. Getting stuck on the other side. Gonna stay with the Dreamers after 2 Kings get their hand on it. It's James guarding Achi, but they pass it out of it. A double team. Jay Chen in the middle. He drops it in. Whatever it takes for the Dreamers to stay in it. Wasn't exactly the most pristine execution. Easy kick out, but big Sushi with the miss. Another opportunity. As this long rebound goes to Team Yellow. Boyd ready to check in for Gilbeck, who looks pretty gassed. Under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Interesting enough, as I always detailed in the recent weeks, Dreamers on an interesting schedule sandwich. Lewis couldn't get a hold of it as deep pass to the Dreamers as Julian Boyd through the contact. Can't finish, but I'll have a couple of free throws coming up. Good defense to offense sequence. Another look, it was Jayota reaching in with the right hand. Bouncing out that first one. Not the worst free throw shooting game. But overall, as a team, 19 for 31. Certainly not good enough if you're kind of go for a comeback. So anyways, the Dreamers beat the Kings twice in this schedule sandwich, I call it, going 5-1 on the season series, but they dropped 2 games apiece to the Lioneers and the Pilots, who before they were 3 wins, 1 loss, but now those season series are tied 3 apiece. Lioneers Buccaneers and Pilots, of course, right now sitting in playoff position. That's Kenny Manigault off the dribble. The Dreamers went 3 wins, 4 losses with a point differential of plus .09, so that's not bad. Though, of course, if you ask their coaching staff, the defense is problematic, giving up 98.7 points when they want to be in the mid-80s. There was only 1 game scored below 90 for both offense and defense. Get past to Ryan. He's not taking that 3 every time it's available. Ball deflected, and between a block shot and a steal for Wendell Lewis. Quick screen and a deep position, a take foul. Immediately the Kings bench jumping up, wanting a unsportsmanlike. Will be a 5th foul on Boyd. Maybe they have an argument as Boyd is kind of getting 2 hands into it. He was holding him so early. And surprisingly enough, only the first team foul against the Dreamers. Joe getting it back, slipping it through is Kenny Manigault with a tomahawk. From close range, too. Usually you can fly through the sky for that one, but in close quarters. Doug, opportune rebound, flipping it right back to Achi, who catches it on a second chance. Especially in the last 2 games that the Dreamers have lost, their points in the paint only 31, whereas their season at 41 points per game in the paint, plus they average at 39, so even quite a bit lower than that. And they've been out-rebounded by their opponents, which is very unlike the Dreamers. -15 to the Pilots, -7 to the Lioneers. Are 0-7 when they are out-rebounded by 5 in a game so far this season. The whistle as Susishin was trying to keep up with Boyd. Substitutions for the Kings as Jeremy calling for his younger brother, Kenny Manigault, too. Talking things over. When Lewis is out. Good bit of run for him, and Austin Day takes his place, chatting it up with Gilbeck. Couple of makes for Julian Boyd, bringing him up to 6 points. A little bit of trouble. Day fouled by Achi, and despite getting the whistle, Day still continuing a conversation with the referees. There maybe has an argument, but that contact was called for the foul. Achi's first in the second half, with him going to the bench. Through pass as Susishin has that one erased by Boyd. Good recovery there by the defense. Numbers for the Dreamers as this time Boyd through the middle again. Fancy floater by Joseph Lind there over the defense. Good answer for the Kings. Suggs with a catch and shoot. He drops it in. Under 5.5 to go. Skip past to Day from the left corner, overshoots it, but Big Sushi in an advantageous position. More offensive rebounds for the Kings. Joseph Lin dropping it from the right wing. That score will lead to the Dreamers on their first time out of the second half, but only 5 minutes to go in this one. We'll be heading to our final commercial break of the broadcast in regulation. Kings Dreamers back after this.
公布啦，紧张紧张，刺激刺激。今天到底获胜的队伍是哪一队呢？我们黑队的家人有没有？可不可以出一点声音？好，那么绿队的欢呼声在哪里 ？OK， 究竟我们获胜的是黑队还是绿队呢？ 黑队今天总积分91600，绿队今天的总积分是82200，恭喜黑队获胜！好，我们经过一整场的激战，终于分出胜负，辛苦我们每一位我梦家人，请大家给自己一点掌声，好不好？好，现在即刻到赛后，
we got a 4-game set. We're in Kaohsiung at 2:30 p.m. and Hsinchu for 5 p.m. tip-offs. The last player that sent us to our timeout was Joseph Lin, hitting a 3 on another second chance opportunity. On the game, the Kings have 20 offensive rebounds to their 31 defensive rebounds. Right now a margin of 10 against the Dreamers overall. And the good news for the Kings is after taking that big loss to the Braves, that was their 10th import combination, this one being their 11th on the season. Mainly being that Christian Inigue, who's been with them since the start of the season, and eventually Hayden joining the rotation. Gilbeck fighting hard. He's got the little tip in. Well, against the Braves, it was a brand new combination between Tony Mitchell, Austin Day, and Wendell Lewis. Kenny Manigault sitting that one out. This is here trying a dribble move, but thinking better of it as Day sidestep a 3 on the way. Boyd from a deep 2 range. Gilbeck playing it on his own. There's too much height for even Kenny Manigault to out-leap. Through the painted area, a travel will be called. If not for that, I can imagine a 3-second call could have came to a number of Kings. Now on the season, of course, as has been the case with the Kings in their team history, their local players have always, by splits, been the best scoring squad in the Plus League. Here on the season, 56.5 points, almost 10 points more than the league average, as Chen getting on the 3-point score. Joe to a spin move, but not getting the bounce. But Kenny Manigault, at least keeping it alive for a sec. I think he threw it off of the Dreamer. Well, their import players, the Kings, at the bottom of the league at only 41.8 points per game. The league average at 47.1. Now, in the Dreamers case, for example, especially before Devin Marble got worked into the rotation, of course, and you can also throw in the Pilots, the imports have to grab a lot of the rebounds. The Kings has Tank wide open down low. An easy bucket for him. As the Kings showing a little bit of a zone themselves. Now matched up, no good. Anyways, Kings imports only grab 18.1 defensive rebounds, where the league average is 20. And maybe that's only a difference of 2 rebounds, but on the season, the Kings' defensive rebounding percentage, the lowest in the league at only about 69% to the league average 71. And of course, as Venti was alluding to, as Hayden was alluding to, being able to grab rebounds after a defensive stop is paramount, as you put in all that work to get the stop. Right over Tang. The Dreamers brought in some of their end-of-bench substitutes, including rookie Ding Guan Hao out of Finishing University. Foul, no travel in transition. A little too aggressive. And of course, probably seen him a bit. Zhou Bochen, number 88. Meanwhile, on the King side, don't see Zai Zhenhao very often. Number 49, there he is on screen. And Boyd leaving the court for Derek Li Dewei. Perhaps the Dreamers will go the rest of the way with their all-locals. And so are the Kings with Chen Junan in at the other wing position. Top of the arc, so close. Derek, good feet slide. No foul against Venti. Zai Zhenhao, kind of a local power forward, stumbling into a miss. That looked like one of those big men shots that LeBron James and J.J. Redick talk about, as Zhou Bochen, and I don't know what happened there on that play. Thought he had an opening. Just a minute and a half to go. And looking at the schedule for the rest of the team, as Tank from center, he hits. Dreamers play tomorrow at 2:30, hosting the Pilots. Don't know if they'll be making any changes with their roster, if Malco and Kenny can get healthy, if they'll pick Devin Marble in there. Derek missed. Ding Guan Hao trying to go right away. Essentially time running down. Meanwhile, the Kings will actually play next Friday in Taipei against the Dreamers. So certainly a morale boost with this victory, and perhaps an early shot across the bow. Off target was centering that. Kind of rare to see him rocking the shorter underwear on the lower extremities. Now on the rebound, and we'll have a possession or two more to play. As looks like Zhou Bochen is already winded. Zai Zhenhao, don't have much information on him, coming over as a free agent previously with the Taiwan beer team in the SPL. A 30-year-old out of Kangning University. Now with the ball across the timeline, they'll dribble it out. It's the Kings ending a 4-game losing streak and sending the Dreamers to a 3-game losing streak on their end. after seeding first place. The Dreamers are now looking at being a 1 game back on the Pilots. The good news for them, if they do get the victory over the Pilots, they already had a 5-point difference, which is the tiebreaker after the head-to-head record. We'll see about the post-game interview as the two teams head to the locker rooms. Plenty of players, though, still hanging about on the court. I believe we are waiting on number 7 to sign his shoes, sign his jerseys, finish the giveaway. So that means the broadcasts will wait a little moment here. And looking, of course, at our notes from the first half of the game, the Kings were really on their cues defensively, making it tough for the Dreamers, forcing them to do a lot of dribble penetrations and then covering up a lot of the passing lanes. In the end, the Dreamers commit 18 turnovers, especially 12 in the first half. 17 in the first 3 quarters really was a standout. As much rhythm as they developed. It was bested by the Kings, who had amazingly 8 players score in double digits by the end, with Tank joining in as the latest member. Well, lucky fan will be heading home with some very bright yellow sneakers. As asked by our Mandarin broadcast colleagues, asked about how he's feeling.
一直感觉就是体能还没到，可是就慢慢来吧，一步一步来。我真的今天就是感觉非常大的祝福，就是2个半月，没有真的健康的打一场比赛，然后你加上大部分我1月的比赛都是东超的，很久没有打P.LEAGUE的比赛，所以非常非常感动。
Jeremy saying he did feel winded out there, but a little bit of season left to take it easy. No healthy games in a couple months, as had to play through pain in January against East Asia Super League opponents.
对不起，时间是固定的，然后我应该还有5分钟，可是我们觉得就是不要再有什么风险，我们就。 今天就这样子吧，所以我们都在讨论，要不要打到我的 minute restriction， 还是就让别的球员去打，所以我们就做那个决定，就先不打。
And Jeremy saying that he still has some time left on his clock, proverbially to say, but they decided between him, his team, and the Kings to shut it down. Now asked about the physicality out there and the number of hits he took to the face.
就是我的 welcome back 的 moment 吧。脸很好，我妈一直说我是非常 hard headed， 就是头很硬，所以我觉得打篮球可能就有好处吧。
Jeremy saying that was his reception back to Plus League action. He reminded us he played a little in January, but all East Asia Super League games, and referring to his mother, how saying he's hard-headed, but that's a little bit more figurative than it is in practical speaking.
你知道我们今年遇到的这些情况，可能从来没有一个赛季有那么多不一样的一些困难的情况吧。所以我们现在就是我们真的就是一天一天来，因为。 我们已经习惯了，就是每1-2个礼拜会有什么新的东西发生了，所以我们就是好，我们现在还是不专注在长期的一个我们看法，我们就是专注在今天谁健康谁能打，我们就是还是去养成一些比较好的习惯。那如果这样子能够打进季后赛，那我们就有这个机会。如果我打得不够好，那只能这样子。所以我们其实是非常非常 short term 的一种看法。
And Jeremy answering, we've been facing situations all year and maybe never so much in a season. So you hear this a lot, taking it day by day, kind of making the scope a very short term instead of the long-term goals that they were talking about before. Now being asked about coming to play in the Zhanghua Stadium for the first time.
很不错你们的 OK 好做你们的功课对就是这是我的荣幸来这里打是我爸的家乡呢当然很难得有这种机会这是为什么我觉得来 P.LEAGUE 是我一直说我是想有意义的打很有意义的篮球能够这样子我觉得是非常好的一个 memory 吧然后我爸也在他做了 court 赛所以能够让他感受到今天的比赛很不错
And saying the ball one was not bad but more importantly it's been a pleasure to play at the hometown of his father here in Zhanghua and wanted his playing days to be significant. So he'll head to the locker rooms and of course time to start recovering. And in a short time actually did really well. We'll go to break before wrapping things up for real here from Game 90 of the Plus League regular season.
好，提醒一下大家，刚刚有在参与我们的绿黑对抗赛，黑队的球迷朋友可以到梦想服务处来兑换我们的礼物，大家不要忘记了。同时呢，我们要开始清场，也感谢大家持续来到现场给我们加油。大家往出口的方向移动，谢谢。好，请大家配合我们的动线往场外移动喽，谢谢。
It's a final here from Zhanghua County Stadium. 116 to 94 is the final score, and also time to bring the final statistics on the game as our broadcast partners present to you points, field goals, three-point shooting, rebounds, assists, and turnovers. The Kings do maintain that rebounding and turnover advantage, and you'd almost think that maybe they might have more assists. 8 players on the Kings side score in double digits. The last 2 times they came down to Zhanghua County Stadium with big losses, they didn't really have their healthy lineups. And of course, in very short time, Jeremy's 11 minutes played resulted in 13 points. Don't forget, he scored 22 in the second quarter in Xinzhuang to beat the Dreamers for previously the only time in this season series. Coming up is Lioneers at Steelers down in Kaohsiung, actually just in a few minutes. Lioneers look to continue to solidify their playoff position while the Steelers just trying to make it through even more rough waters in their season. And looking ahead to tomorrow, the Pilots are in town to play the Dreamers, maybe enact a little revenge on their own, and the Braves are down in Kaohsiung. Now, the Dreamers are still close to the top of the best team playing at home. Now, 10 wins, 3 losses on the season. but the Plus League season still has just about a quarter to go after this game is in the books. So on behalf of our Manor broadcast duo, Mark and Zhang Longshen, our TV partners, league partners, 6 teams in the Plus League, and our league offices, I've been Ryan Chen. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.